through the works of the trail, you realize that we have 450 years of Black history, enslaved and free Blacks in our state and across the state, not just in one spot and not just the story of enslavement. And when we look at these stories, these are not just African American stories. These are American stories. They're included. They're part of the things that make up our American history. When we look at how these stories break stereotypes. In 1779, a group of 20 enslaved Africans in Portsmouth wrote a document, the 1779 Petition for Their Freedom, which when you look at it and you examine it real careful, the language they used, the thought, the critique, the irony, everything rivals the American Declaration of Independence. And seeing that document in place at a time when people thought that Black people were unintelligent, that they couldn't make arguments in English, that they couldn't articulate for their own freedom, that has to change your mind of who you think Black people, African Americans were, who you think the enslaved were. And I think those stories, we have Harriet Wilson, the first Black woman to publish a novel in English from New Hampshire, born and raised in New Hampshire. We have the first African American person to be elected to public office in New Hampshire. So these stories of triumph, even in a state of a troubled state, a contested state, you have to look at the bigger picture, and you have to ask yourself how those stereotypes still exist today. And once you know these stories, it has to break those stereotypes.